Today is Monday, July, what's today? July 12th? Yeah, because tomorrow's the 13th. Today is Monday, July 12th, and today is a moon day. And I feel definitely led to speak my truth today. Because I'm coming across a lot of women, young women more especially, who are having trouble navigating this life, who are having trouble navigating their world, who are having trouble navigating their success. And it's not their fault per se. They just were never taught how to do how to do this thing called life, and how to thrive. So you can't really be mad or upset at these young kids because just going off of things in my own life, there has been a lack of guidance for generations. Not, this shit didn't just start. There has been a lack of guidance for generations, for decades, So I just felt like it was my turn to get on here and, speak a little bit about how to make your life an experiment. Because that's all it is. That's pretty much what's going on. It's a scientific experiment. You have to pick and choose what you want and how you're going to go about it. But the thing is, a lot of us don't know how to go about it. So before I get into that, I want to pull a card from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck because, Kuan Yin is all about love and compassion and peace and harmony and mercy. And I just want to send love and compassion out to all the women and men, but more specifically the women, the young ladies who I've been speaking to over the past few days who have just been going through it. I know it's hard right now, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I promise you. You just have to stay focused. You have to keep a positive mindset. That's most important. Keep it a positive mindset. Watch your heart. Don't let people knock you off your square, get you out of character. And love on yourself. Surround yourself with people who love you, most importantly. Stay away from the bullshit. Stay away from the drama. You don't need that in your life right now. I promise you don't. So I just want to pull a card and see what Mama's saying. And then I'll go into, how to improve your life using the scientific method, which is what, if you live here in the United States, and have an average high school education, about the scientific method, or at least you've heard of it, and how you can apply that to your life. Because that's what I do. I take practical things and use it to, and incorporate it with magic so that you can create the life that you want. Because, at the end of the day, we're all magicians. We're all spiritual. We're all conscious. It's just, how are you using that level of consciousness? Hey, Jessica. So let's see what Mama's saying. Empress of the Pearl. And I love this artwork. It's so beautiful. Empress of the Pearl. So what is that? What is she talking about? I just draw one, because these these passages can get long, and I want to keep this short and succinct. You have the inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than get caught up in the suffering. So basically, what I was just talking about, you've been through some shit. You definitely been through some shit. You probably going through some shit right now. This probably feel like the worst time in your life. Just depending on what you're going through, you feeling like, dang, how do I get back from here? But you got to remember, from struggle, from that. Do y'all know how a pearl is made? It's made with that pressure. It's made through the ugliness of the depths of the sea. Through that pressure, through that struggle, through that hurt, through that pain, you can create beauty. You get to know yourself more when you go through the bullshit. You know, I had a ex kick me out, you know, with my baby. He was like 3 or 4 years old, and we just really didn't have anywhere to go. And that was like one of the most traumatic times in my life, because I just knew he wasn't going to kick me out. I just knew we had somewhere to stay. But, you know, lo and behold, he turned on me. That betrayal, that hurt like a motherfucker. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I was distraught for like maybe a week and a half. And, you know, for me being a Scorpio, that's saying a lot, because usually I'm quick to cut a person off. But, but that really had me distraught. But at that moment, in that pain, in that hurt, with those tears, I vowed I would never, ever, ever see myself in that situation again. I vowed to never, ever, ever put my kid in that situation again. And to this day, no one has been able to tell me I have to get out. You know, I always make sure my name is on that lease, or I always make sure that we're set up to the point where we don't have to go anywhere. And that's where the pain and struggle can uplift you into something greater. So don't think of it as like, oh man, I'm out here fucked up. No, take that and turn that into something beautiful. So, what is the scientific method? Have y'all heard of the scientific method before? Now, I paid attention in school. So, you know, I was like the nerdy kid, the quiet kid, always doing her work. So I paid attention to school, but a lot of people might not know what the scientific method is. So basically the scientific method is you performing an experiment. And that's where I come with the premise that life is an experiment. So the 7 steps to performing a experiment using the scientific method is: 1, you have to pose a question. What do you want? And this is just you applying this to your life. What do you want? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to find love? Do you want a house? Do you want a new car? What do you want? What is it? I know for me, and this is just my personal experience, I'm trying to build my business. Well, I am building my business. Let me cut out that word try. I am building my business. So for me, the question I'm posing is, how can I make my e-commerce store more profitable? For my homegirl who's out here in the streets fucked up, she might, you know, her question might be, how can I get back on my feet? You know, how can I find somewhere to live? How can I not live out of my car? You know, how can I be a better mom? You know, so it just depends on what you want. And that is going to take you sitting down, being quiet, tuning out all the distractions, and really listening to yourself, listening to your heart. What do you really want? The second step is to conduct background research. So for me, what do I need to do to build my business up? So what I've been doing is reading books. I got a couple books from the library. Ain't finished them yet, but you know what? I'm a work in progress. It's okay. We gonna get there. I read a few articles, but the most important thing that I've done in the past 30 days in regards to my business is signed up for business coaching. And which I never thought in the past, I didn't think I could afford it. I'm like, business coaching, that's way too expensive. But I got that for free. You know why? Because I manifested that. I basically was like, this is the affirmation that I say. And matter of fact, it's up on my wall. Here it is. I call forth those who have the knowledge I lack, those who are inspired by what I'm doing, and those who honor my vision. And I said that every day for 30 days. And look, boom, free business coaching. So you don't sleep on those affirmations, y'all. So do your research. What do you have to do? If you want a new home, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to get there? How much money do you need to be making in order to qualify to live in this 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house with a garden tub, a backyard, and a garage? How much money do you need to make? Okay, well, if you don't have that money, you know, do you need to, you know, maybe get a co-signer, or, you know, find a man who can, you know, who y'all can, you know, combine income and get that, if that's what you want to do. I'm not saying do that, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do that background research, because you can't just say you want something, but not take the actionable steps to get there. You got to figure out how you're going to get it. Step number 3 is state your hypothesis. So What is what is a hypothesis? That's kind of a, a weird word. So when I looked up the definition of hypothesis, a hypothesis is the explanation made on the basis of limited information as a starting point. So this one is really important because this right here, this step number 3, state your hypothesis. This is not saying that you have to have all the answers. This is not saying that you have to know it all, that you have to be around the right people at that time. This is just saying, what do you think is going to happen based on what you know right now? And this is where a positive mindset comes into fruition, because you have to look at, if you want this thing to manifest, you have to look at it like the glass is half full. What do you think is going to happen? So you want a new house, right? So what you need to start, this is what I say, you need to start journaling. You need to start scripting. You need to start writing. I am so happy and grateful now that I have this 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, or I'm so happy and grateful I got this new 2020 whip sitting outside. Oh my God, I'm so happy and grateful. That's the way you need to say it. You need to say it like it's already there. Because it's like, you putting it out in the ethers. If you can't be your biggest cheerleader, no one is going to cheerlead for you. I'm telling you, you're going to be, what they say, misery loves company. You're going to be a sad motherfucker if you think that you can, not hype yourself up, but you're going to expect someone else to come in and hype yourself up. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. You, not nobody else, not your mama, not your daddy, not your kids. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. So state your hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen? So my hypothesis, and this is on my altar too, if I can duplicate a successful business model, I will be successful too. So it's definitely a work in progress. I've been putting this into implementation since about November. So basically, I just go around looking at other businesses that are successful. Hey, what are they doing? What are they doing that I'm not doing? What are they doing that I could be doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's my hypothesis. So far, so good. I'm still working on it. I haven't got to that successful point yet, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give up, Step 4 is to design the experiment. Now, this is the fun part to me. Design that experiment. First, you have to make the decision or your intention. What is your intention? So let's go back to the house. The intention is for this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Okay. So what do you need to get there? Well, I seen this one leasing company who say you only need a 600 credit score, no debt. You gotta make this much money per month, and I just need to prove that. Okay, so are you making that much money per month? No. So what do you need to do? You might have to go and get a part-time job. You might have to go put that man on child support. Advocating for that, most definitely. You might have to, go back to school to further your income so that you can get a better paying job. You might have to go and get a better paying job. Who knows? That's when you listen to spirit. What do you need to do to make that happen? Design the experiment. Now, I know for me, designing my experiment has been... And this is me stepping on my own toes, so don't judge me, y'all. I have to change my habits. So, I have a bad habit of binge watching Netflix. Bad habit of that. Or binge watching movies or whatever. So, I know for me, I need to remove the distractions in my life. And you know what? I really need to take that TV out of my room, but I'm still bullshitting. So, I'm going to need to stop bullshitting myself, okay? And then also my biggest thing is I need to follow a set schedule to implement, to work on my business. So far what I've been doing is, when I get time, but that's not working for me. I find I do my best work when I'm disciplined and consistent and on a schedule. So that's what you need to do. Design the experiment. Number 5, you need to perform the experiment. And that is maybe one of the hardest parts, especially if you're not disciplined and focused, is being consistent. That's pretty much all that is. Perform the experiment. Be consistent. If you say you want this, then take action to, make that happen. Don't say you want a new car, but go and mess your credit up or go and apply for 1 million different credit cards. Don't say you want to be in a new relationship, but you Okay, let's not go there. Because I'm stepping on my own toes, okay? Don't say you want to be in a new in another relationship, but yet you hold on to your old relationship, or you doing bald head hoe shit. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. And number 6, collect data. And this is where journaling or scripting can really come in handy, because it allows you to look back and see how long you've been doing this. One, because sometimes if you're not really keeping track like that, like boom, 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 it's hard to kind of like gauge, okay, how long have I been doing this? 30 days, 45 days, 60 days? You don't know. So that's why I advocate for journaling. Just write something, at least a page every day. And it doesn't even have to be a big notebook. My favorite notebooks are like these ones. I created this. You could get this in my store at yogisdivine.com. I created this. It's a 5x7, and look, it's like 22 pages or something like that. That's nothing. You could get that done in 10 minutes. You know, as long as you're writing something each and every day, you're making that record. That's collecting that data, and you getting out all that junk from your mind by writing. And number 7, and I think this is one of the most important things, you have to celebrate yourself. Publish your findings. That's what it says. Publish your findings. That means you have to celebrate. You have to scream it from the rooftop if you failed or if you succeeded. You don't have to tell nobody, but you at least have to verbally acknowledge it so that you can make it more real. And it's even more real once you do accomplish it and you be like, damn, I really did that shit. You know, you just feel so good about it. You got to publish your findings. You have to. If you don't, like, what are you doing it for, bro? For yourself? Okay, cool. But, you know, it's always good to have somebody to celebrate your successes with. That's so important. So those are did I skip one? I think I did skip one. Oh, draw your conclusions. That's basically, did it work or did it not? And if it didn't work, then why didn't it work? What did you do? Where did you mess up at to where you was like, oh, okay, well, let's do it again. And this time, let's be more consistent with making it happen. You are the scientist. This is your life. No one is going to change it for you. No one can improve your life for you but you. Now, you can allow someone to try to, you know, guide you and, you know, steer you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. What do you want and how are you going to go get it? So are you going to be the scientist or are you going to be the lab rat? Because I know a lot of lab rats out here and they are not pretty, okay? Have you ever seen a lab rat towards the end of his life? It's miserable. It's unhappy. It can't move. It's sick. It's destitute. You might as well put it down because it's worthless, you know? So are you going to spend the rest of your life being a lab rat, or are you going to be the scientist? Or are you going to be the one conducting the experiment? Or are you going to wait for someone else to tell you what to do? That's the most important thing. Are you waiting for someone else to tell you how to get what you want, or are you going to go out there and get it? That's a good question, right? Are you going to go out there and get it? So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and speak a little bit about taking control of your life. Again, for my women, for my ladies who are going through the ringer right now, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Don't think this is the end all be all. Trust me, I done been through some stuff. And it's going to be okay. This is not the end. This is not going to beat you. This is not going to knock you down. It's only going to make you stronger. Whatever you're going through right now, it's only going to make you stronger. But you have to make that conscious decision to take that hurt, take that pain, and transmute it into something better. Be the scientist, not the lab rat. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Ashe.